Everybody, don't forget to head over to factsnotincluded.com to check out the latest articles written by us here at Facts Not Included. And also, don't forget to join the forums. Join in on discussions or create your own very unique talking points, whether it's literature, whether it's movies, music, or anything that is on your mind. Whether you want to talk about the latest podcast episode that we just did, or any podcast episode in the past, or just, like I said, whatever is on your mind, make sure you check out factsnotincluded.com/forum and either join in or create your own discussion. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode of Facts Not Included, the podcast. I'm your host, Peter Cabranes, and today's another Tangent Friday episode. What does that mean in the event you've never heard a Tangent Friday episode? It just means it's a little deviation from what we usually talk about, which is strictly movie reviews on Mondays. Let us know if you like Mondays or Tuesdays now. We're starting to see that that Tuesdays is a possibility to put them out. Or Mondays. What is the choice for you, the fans? Let us know at factsnotincluded.com or hit us up on Twitter or even on Facebook. Let us know or email us at factsnotincluded@gmail.com. So today's episode, well, I didn't know what to talk about, as I tend to most of the time on a Tangent Friday. Sorry, microphone as always. What is there to discuss? There are several things in the news, of course. As you know, Dark Phoenix dropped today. Yes, Dark Phoenix dropped today. Officially, I guess, yesterday on Thursday. Dark Phoenix. Just going to let you know right now, you won't be hearing a review from me. You might hear a review from Antonio or Mike or even A.D. Greer if he wants to do that. But you will not hear a review from me. A few reasons why. One, I hated Apocalypse. You guys heard that review that we did on Apocalypse years ago, a couple years back. I couldn't stand that movie. Don't like it at all. Dark Phoenix, everything I've been hearing about Dark Phoenix, the fact that it's been delayed for how many months or years now, whatever it may have been, I'm not interested in anymore. I'm just not. I apologize for those that were looking forward to a spoiler discussion or just a discussion in regards to Dark Phoenix from me and the team, but you're definitely not gonna see one from me again. You might see one from the others. I have zero interest in seeing this film. Exactly zero interest in seeing this film. I've heard there's good things in it, like there's very small good things. Just like I heard the opening of the movie's pretty good. I heard Michael Fassbender, as always, is fantastic. So I heard he's phenomenal. But everything else about this movie that I've heard is not making me excited at all. The trailers, this is a monumental story. Okay, this is a monumental story in the world of X-Men. This is huge. And it just looks so small scale. It blows my mind to think that they even thought of doing this as a major movie. The fact that we've also seen this story already, and I think it was, I don't know if it was better the last time we saw it, but I'm just going to say that it was done a little bit more honestly and a little bit more sincerely to everyone involved. I don't know. I think this one just doesn't look fun. Anyway, a couple other things in the news. Obviously, as you know, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge has opened in Los Angeles, or Anaheim, in Disneyland, California. Oh my God. Every picture, every video I've seen in regards to Galaxy's Edge just gets me more excited to visit Galaxy's Edge in Orlando. Maybe even this year. I don't know. Maybe even this year. But definitely, I'm going to try to get there next year if I can. But Star Wars Galaxy's Edge looks awesome. I'm hearing mostly positive things. 90%, I guess, positive things from people. Where I'm hearing the negative has nothing to do with the land itself, has nothing to do with the merchandise, has nothing to do with the experiences. But the only place I've heard negative, and it's not, I guess it's not a major negative because it's something that could always change, and they always change these things as the time goes on. And that's some of the food. I've heard some of the food in certain places aren't that good. I heard the blue milk doesn't taste as enticing as you might have hoped, and the green milk just tastes like shampoo. I heard that from somebody. I definitely want to check that out, to be honest. But an $8 price tag on a drink that has no alcohol. No alcohol at all, but yet you're going to charge me $8? That's a bit of a steep price. But anyway, I heard the blue milk is better than the green, but at most you're not going to really care for either one of them after you try it for the first time. So that's really interesting. That's what I've been hearing around from folks online and whatnot. But I'm very interested to see if you have visited Disney's Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Disneyland's Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Let us know in the comments section of this podcast, on Twitter, on factsnotincluded.com, on the forum page, or email us at factsnotincluded.com. And just let us know what you have thought about Disney's Galaxy's Edge, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland. Sorry. Let us know. Hit us up. We really want to talk about it. We actually might even do a whole episode on it if you guys let us know what you think about it. And we have enough people writing in. It'll be really, really cool to have your thoughts and discussions on the podcast. So, that being said, I'm going to move on. I'm still going to talk about Galaxy's Edge. Galaxy's Edge has a really cool area, I heard. It's the lightsaber section where it's kind of like a hidden thing, I heard. I don't know if they're actually going to be doing this forever, but it's a hidden section. Only about 14 people could stay in the room. You know, you build lightsabers, really expensive. $200 to build a lightsaber. I think I've talked about that on the last podcast, but I think it's just, me, I'm excited. I just cannot wait to walk through those halls. Walk through those alleyways and whatnot of Galaxy's Edge. I'm really excited. Something else that I want to talk about, and it's not Star Wars related, it is not X-Men related, it is actually Batman related. As you know, the news came out, I think, he's been in discussion for a long time now, I think roughly around earlier this year. They've been talking about Robert Pattinson getting closer, eyeing the role of Batman, and what does that mean? And what does that mean for DC going forward? And the Matt Reeves Batman movie that we should have gotten a long time ago, but apparently it's not coming out, I guess, till 2021, or the earliest, the earliest. So, the news has circled, and I guess been confirmed, more or less, that Robert Pattinson is the new Batman. And a lot of people are just confused, disgusted, angry. And then you have people that are on the opposite side where they still might be confused, but they're also very open to the idea. They're very, let's see how it goes. And that's where I'm at. Because you have to remember this. Back in 2014, 15, when they announced that Ben Affleck was going to be Batman, I was one of the only ones, probably in all of my entire friends group of friends, and anyone I knew, and most people on the internet were against me, where I was like, no, Ben Affleck is going to be a tremendous Batman. He's going to be Bruce Wayne. He's going to be Batman. And look at that, he was. I still think, and I know we've only gotten him in one or two movies, but I still think Ben Affleck's Batman and Bruce Wayne are the best on-screen Batman live action we've ever gotten. I know Adam West is phenomenal, but that was a different type of Batman. That was a very different type of Batman. Of course, you have Michael Keaton's Batman, you have Val Kilmer's Batman, you have George Clooney's, and for a lot of people, you have Christian Bale's Batman. But for me, Ben Affleck is Batman. For right now, he is Batman. Quintessential. The reason I say that is because Christian Bale's Batman does not hold up for me. Go ahead, sit down and watch Batman Begins, Dark Knight, and Dark Knight Rises, and tell me, at least just looking in the not the movies. The movies are still pretty good. But if you sit down and pay attention to the way that he plays Batman, I hate that voice. I cannot stand that voice anymore. Where is she? I don't like that anymore. I like what they did with Batman and Ben Affleck and his Bruce Wayne and his Batman. I just love that. The modulating of the voice, but it's not over the top. I feel like Christian Bale's now is over the top. George Clooney as Batman, give that man another try. I would love to see a Batman Beyond where George Clooney or even Michael Keaton are the old Batman, but more so George Clooney, because for George, that was like a fuck you to him when he played that Batman. No one likes that movie. No one likes it. He doesn't even like that movie. Until this day, I think he still has an issue with the legacy that Batman movie has left on his career. It's that big negative on his career. For a very positive career, it's still something from what I hear from people. It's still a negative moment for him in his life. But anyway, and Val Kilmer, God bless that man's soul. He's gone through a lot. I think he has a trach now. He's gone through shit in his life. So I mean, obviously he can never play Batman again, I don't think. Or Michael Keaton to reprise that role again as an old Batman, maybe. But anyway, Ben Affleck is the best. But we're talking about Robert Pattinson. This is where I go with along the lines of why I'm on the side of defending DC, which I rarely ever do, but defending DC's casting of Batman. One, I'll tell you this: they have yet, and maybe this is now, but they have yet to cast someone in a major role, Suicide Squad aside, because it's a whole ensemble, it's a whole different. I've yet to figure out, and maybe for some people, Joker. Maybe the new Joker is a bit much in regards to Jared Leto, not Joaquin Phoenix. Maybe he's the only caveat here. But they have yet to cast anyone in a major leading role that has disappointed us. Every single person they have hired in regards to a lead role, or the title role, titular role, they have done a phenomenal job. Henry Cavill as Batman, Ben Affleck as Batman. Henry Cavill as Superman. Wow, misspoke there big time. Henry Cavill as Superman, Ben Affleck as Batman, Gal Gadot. I don't know how I just say it like that. Gal Gadot, I don't know. As Wonder Woman, Beefy Beefcake Man as Aquaman. I always forget his name, so that's why I'm not even gonna think about it. And so on from there. You know, why am I blanking on who they got to play Shazam? Oh my God, Zachary Levi as Shazam. You know, you have all these people they've cast, and they've been phenomenal. I think they've been epic. They've been awesome. So that's why I'm on the side of DC with Robert Pattinson. The other reason I'm on the side of I'm also on Robert's side is because, well, he's shown that he's more than just a fucking werewolf or whatever he was in Twilight. I've never seen those movies, but I've seen clips of them to know that they're awful. He's more than that now. I've seen movies where he's shown that he has the chops to be a better actor and taken more seriously than others. I guess would rather would usually see him in a different role. But anyway, Remember Me, he's a little different in there. I mean, it's still a love story. The Rover was something that he was in. Like, there's just movies that are out there that he's been a bit of a better actor in there. He's not. I don't think he's the greatest actor in the world. Not everybody, think about who's played Batman. Not everybody who's played Batman are tremendous actors. Not everyone. But a few of them are. Ben Affleck, look at that. I mean, Michael Keaton. For some, he's one of the greatest actors of our generations. So whatever. Anyway. But I would like to say most of the time the people that they hire to play Batman aren't that great of actors. But that is for a different discussion. But anyway, so Robert Pattinson is Batman. I like that. I dig the idea. So I want to move on to something that I just recently sat down and watched. There's a movie called See You Yesterday. See You Yesterday is a film. I think it was produced. I know Spike Lee's attached, but I don't. I think he produced it or executive produced it. So we shall see. Okay, so Spike Lee producer. Yeah, Spike Lee is the producer. I also saw a different Lee on the name of the movie. Maybe he's also. I don't know. Let's see. Anyway, so I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was pretty awesome. It was a really fun movie to sit down and watch. It's a different type of movie than I usually sit down and watch these days. I guess I'm more into a different type of movie. I like this movie because it's a little bit more grounded, even though I know it's dealing with time travel and yada yada. But it's a little bit more grounded in the sense that it's dealing with serious stories, serious, notes here. And what I like about this movie is unlike previous time travel movies that you've seen, especially when you think about the recent ones like Avengers Endgame or others, the stakes are extremely high, but they're global. They're extremely high, but they're global, they're international, they're even universal. Where this movie, the stakes are extremely high, and in some cases, for some people, the highest they will ever be. But it's so personal. It's not global reaching. The fact that this gentleman's death means anything to anyone else out there in Arkansas is obviously not true, but to the individuals that knew this man, they're so personal. It's so important. So that's why I like this movie so much, because of its personal take on time travel. Its proximity to one's own daily life, that any of this could happen to any one of us, especially if we're the type that is targeted by the police. Because that's what this movie really wants to let you know. And they deal with it from start to finish. That this movie is making a really valid point. Cops target random black people. It's fucking true. Let's not ignore that. That is true. That is what they do in some cases, Not gonna sugarcoat that. That is what happens. They mistaken identity because apparently they look the same, which is not true. That's what happens in this movie. And it's not like it doesn't happen in real life. Oh, but it's a movie. No, it happens all the time in real life. So anyway, the movie wants you to know about that, and they want you to know that it's a very serious topic. It's a very serious idea. It's a very serious, stark reality for a lot of people. And it happens several times in this movie. One is the original takedown of her brother, the original murder of her brother, and then later in the movie, the second one, and then her friends at the hands of these robbers at a bodega. So, murder is a very strong plot point here in this movie. But what I think they're trying to let us know in this movie, and the reason I'm not, you're probably wondering, well, he's not really reviewing this movie, he's just talking about things that happen, and not really. I don't want to go too into it because I want you to check it out yourself. I know I just kind of gave away some plot points, but the thing about this movie is that you kind of see some of this stuff coming. So, but anyway, I think what the movie's trying to tell us, and this might be a spoiler, so I guess stop the episode if you're not ready to hear the spoiler. This movie's, I think the moral to this story, the lesson to be learned, is probably that it's inevitable. regardless of, it's like, and not to make a joke, it's like Thanos. It's inevitable. You cannot change your past. What happens is what happened is what happened, and that's it. You must take reality and accept it. The reason I mean that is because she's gone in the past, and things changed, but things didn't really change. They just, the action in which they occurred might have changed, or the style, or the time code might have been a little different, but they still occurred. Those moments still occurred. So I wonder if that's the story, that the message they're trying to let us know is that take care of what you do in your real life. Because you can't change it, man. You can't change it. Be careful out there. You know? There's some crazy motherfuckers out there. Be careful. I think that's the story they're trying to tell us. I don't know. I might be wrong. It might be right in my face and I'm getting it wrong. But I think that's what they were trying to tell us. It's a good movie. It's a really, really good movie. I like to say it's a Nickelodeon film for adults. With adult themes, sorry. It's a Nickelodeon film with adult themes. The meaning is that any kid could really watch this movie, but get ready to hear a lot of curse words that you probably weren't expecting. Not that I wasn't expecting, but obviously a kid's not expecting to hear a bunch of curse words drop like every couple of seconds. So I don't want to get too into it. The reason is because I'm also going to write an article about this film, I think, and I'll go into detail. I'll break it down, I guess, in there. And I'll use the bigger language. Much bigger words will be used in my reviews, as always. Because what